This K&N air intake system is designed to increase vehicle power and acceleration by reducing restriction in the intake path. The 57-2530 air intake has received a CARB-EO number and it is street legal in all 50 states. This air intake system fits 1999, 2000, 2001, 2002, and 2003 Ford F250 and F350 trucks with 7.3-liter diesel engines, in addition to other vehicles identified on the K&N website or catalog. K&N power testing showed an estimated power gain of 14 horsepower and 26 pound-feet of torque at 2,925 RPM, with this air intake installed on a 1999 Ford F350 with a 7.3-liter engine. Actual results will vary depending on the condition of the vehicle, mileage, weather, and other variables. With the air intake installed, we ran the vehicle on the dyno to test the sound comparison versus the stock intake. The intake kit includes components that have been designed or matched to the needs of these vehicles to produce a safe horsepower increase. Detailed installation instructions are included with this kit. The tools needed for this install are shown. First, turn the ignition off and disconnect the vehicle's negative battery cable. On 2002 models, disconnect the restrictor gauge electrical connection. Loosen the hose clamp at the intake manifold. Release the clips from airbox top, then remove the complete upper intake. Remove the air temp sensor from the airbox. Loosen and remove the 4 bolts that retain the stock airbox. Disconnect the stock airbox base from the vehicle. Then remove the 2 upper airbox mounting clips. Apply the edge trim to the heat shield. Trim if needed. Assemble the L bracket and saddle bracket. Next, install the saddle bracket assembly onto heat shield, but do not tighten completely. Remove the 2 bolts that retain the fuse box mounting bracket. For vehicles that are not equipped with fuse box, use the 2 upper mounting clips that were removed in step 7 and install them onto inner fender wall. Attach the silicone hump hose and hose clamps onto the K&N intake tube. Then install the heat shield and saddle bracket assembly. Using the 2 bolts removed in step 5, secure the heat shield to the stock airbox mounting location, but do not tighten them completely. Install the K&N intake tube onto the intake manifold. Make sure to keep clearance between intake tube and intercooler pipe. Fit the hose clamp onto saddle bracket and K&N intake. Adjust saddle bracket and heat shield for necessary clearance, then tighten all bolts. Install air temp sensor to heat shield. Attach filter bracket onto filter, but do not tighten completely. Then remove air filter restriction gauge from stock airbox top. Disconnect restriction gauge grommet from stock airbox top. Install grommet into new air filter top. Attach filter restriction gauge onto air filter top. Install air filter onto intake tube, but do not tighten completely. Now fit the new filter bracket behind the fuse box mounting bracket. Adjust all brackets to obtain maximum clearance for intake tube and air filter element, then tighten completely. Make sure the air filter is below the inner fender lip, as shown for hood clearance. On 2002 models, reconnect restrictor gauge electrical connection that was removed in step 2. Reconnect the vehicle's negative battery cable. Double check to make sure everything is tight and properly positioned before starting vehicle. The included Arb Exemption Sticker must be visible under the hood so that an emissions inspector can see it when the vehicle is required to be tested for emissions. It will be necessary for all K&N high-flow air intake systems to be checked periodically for realignment, clearance, and tightening of all connections. Failure to follow the above instructions or proper maintenance may void warranty. For more product information, go to knfilters.com. K&N makes products for nearly every vehicle on the road. The K&N website allows you to search products by vehicle or dimension, download installation instructions, view dyno charts showing typical horsepower gains for this product, and view product details. For information on where to buy K&N products, go to knfilters.com.